tempo on the beat.
What it do, Ev? BJ. What's up, Mad Dog? What it do with the foe? Rest in peace, Marvin. Dedication to the marvelous one. What's up, Alex? What it do with the foe? Rest in peace, marvelous Marvin HAGLER, y'all. We lost another great. Must pay tribute. Oh! There's a lot of hurt people right now, man. What's good with the business is, man? It's your boy DT3, the Boom BZ, man, and I'm back at you with another boxing podcast, Boxing Talk 165, Estrada versus Chocolatito, #2, man. What it do with the folk, man? What's up with everybody in the chat? What's up with Queen Lisa? What it do with the folk, man? How everybody feeling this day? I know it's a rough one because we just lost another great and the marvelous one, and marvelous Marvin HAGLER. Another great in this game that we lost. And we lost him like not as some really old guy. I mean, he still had time, man. He still has a couple more good years I feel he could have gave us. But, you know, it's not up to us to choose when God calls people home. It's up to God when he chooses to call people home, and God called him home. So just want to send a special shout out to the marvelous Marvin HAGLER family. To all those that are hurt by the situation, man, praying for you, praying that you get through this, man. We lost a real great one, man. Real great one. Gave us one of the, if not the best southpaw to probably ever bless us with the gracious with the ring presence, man. We already know marvelous Marvin HAGLER is one of the greatest southpaws to ever grace us with his presence, and also one of the greatest middleweight fighters of all time, if not the greatest, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Gave us some great marquee fights. Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, you know, arguably the round of, as they call it, the round of the century. I mean, he gave us everything. He showed us what hard work and determination really will do for you. It's not always about the guy that got the biggest skill, that got the best skill set. It's not about the guy who was the fastest. It's not about being the strongest. Marvelous Marvin HAGLER what he showed is he ain't the fastest. Hell, he ain't even the strongest. But what he will do is he gonna break you down with his will. He showed you that nobody's will was bigger and greater than his, and will prevail over all. Skill, speed, power. My will break your speed. My will stop your power. My will mentally break you. And my heart. On top of that, thank you, Ev. I got you. And my heart. You can't stop me. I got too much will. I got too much heart. I got too much mental fortitude for you to stop me. That was marvelous Marvin Hagler. If you was faster than me, I was stronger than you. If you was stronger than me, I will my way to win. Hats off to the marvelous Marvin Hagler and to the Hagler family. Blessings to you all, man. Blessings. Wanted to do the stream on last night's fight with Estrada and Chocolatito. I know that's kind of a very low note to be on with everything that just recently happened with marvelous Marvin Hagler. It's really got a lot of people really hurt with everything that's been going on, and it's crazy. But I wanted to touch on Estrada and Chocolatito. Yeah, he did. He trained in boots instead of shoes because he wanted to make it hard for himself. Like doing pull-ups, do some pull-ups in boots instead of regular shoes and see the difference. You know, marvelous Marvin Hagler. I know I was going to go on Estrada and Chocolatito, but marvelous Marvin Hagler was Clover Lane before Clover Lane. You know what I'm saying? To be real with you. So you can't do nothing but give respect to a fighter of that caliber. I was kind of shook up when I found out that he was no longer with us. It wasn't as bad as when I found out Ali died. Because when Ali died, I mean, no lie, man, I cried. When Ali died, that's a guy I looked up to. He was a guy that I patterned my boxing style off of. Studied a lot of Ali film, and the person that Ali looked up to was Sugar Ray Robinson. So I studied a lot of Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson film to emulate their boxing style, to emulate what they did. I emulated how they trained and tried to emulate their mindset. You know, it's just crazy, you know. And just the hard work, the grittiness of Marvin Hagler, just the training regimen, the working harder than everybody else. Exactly. Working out, just massive, crazy workouts. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, a 20-pound weight vest, man, that's hardcore, bro. Shout out to the Drip. What's up, Drip Rob? What it do with the folk? Sammy Boy, what it do with the folk? Major Key in the building. What's up, bro? What it do with the folk? But yeah, I just wanted to send a special shout out and a special condolence to the Hagler family and all those that are close to the Hagler family, man. We lost another boxing American great, and there will not be another like him. He's the only person with that fingerprint. There was never a fighter like him before him. There was not a fighter like him while he was competing, and there will not be another fighter like him now that he's no longer with us. There is only one marvelous Marvin Hagler. There's only one fingerprint that is his, and that is him, and that fingerprint is no longer with us. It is now with the Heavenly Father. But let me not get too down. I don't want to get too down. I want to talk about the Estrada Chocolatito fight. I didn't do no videos on it because, I mean, to be real with you, it wasn't really a lot of people talking about it except the hardcore boxing fans. And I did a stream, I think it was yesterday, I do believe, where I said boxing was dead. I still will stand on that claim. You got to understand, I'm around a lot of people, different people. And I work in an apartment complex. So I'm seeing different types of people, different types of culture, very diverse neighborhood, right? All types of backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds. So last night was two Mexican fighters going at it. It's big in the boxing community, hardcore boxing fans, right? Guess what everybody was on last night? Guess what everybody was talking about when I was just doing my little patrols, walking through? Guess what they were talking about? They was talking about UFC fights. That's what they was talking about. They was talking about how, oh boy, they got poked in the eye. I forgot his name. I gotta get it, look it up. Forgot old boy's name. Chocolatito not Mexican. Estrada is not Mexican. Jamaican. What's up with the folk? G5, you already got the link, bro. You already got the link, G5. You know what to do. You're more than welcome to slide on, bro. If you got the time for your mind, bro, feel free. Thank you, Major Key. Appreciate it. I sent the link out to a few people. Only people that I want to have on my panel. Well, either way, it was nobody watching that fight last night. I got you, Major Key. It's all good. No problem. We got Nicaraguan versus Mexico, right? Nobody was watching that fight last night. Nobody. Everybody was too busy talking about Leon Edwards. I know the feeling, G5. I know the feeling. Everybody was talking about Leon Edwards. That's what I was hearing. I didn't ask nobody nothing. I didn't ask if they knew about it. I didn't ask if, oh, you guys know about Chocolatito and Estrada. I didn't say anything. I'm just walking through and I'm hearing Leon Edwards. Oh, man, y'all gotta watch. That's all I was hearing, bro. That's all I'm hearing. So, to us hardcore fans, that's a big fight and a possible chance for us to see it a third time. It is. But nobody, not even the Mexicans, not even the Hondurans or the Nicaraguans that was there present, they didn't put up no barbecues, wasn't no parties, because don't nobody party like the Latin community. I don't care, Mexican, Nicaraguan, El Salvadorian, Honduras, I don't care, Puerto Rican, Cuban, I don't care what Latin denomination you come from. Don't nobody party like them motherfuckers. Nobody party like them. And if they know that their countryman is in a fight of that magnitude, bruh, I'm telling you, they pulling out the barbecue pit. They calling Uncle Jesus over to bring his tostados over here. You know what I'm saying? They calling Grandma Maria to do her special recipes. All that. That didn't happen. So when I say what I say pertaining to the sport of boxing, it's not as big as it should be. Like a fight of this magnitude. Estrada, Chocolatito, number 2. The first fight was fireworks. This second fight, it was fireworks. But guess what? The only people that's talking about that fight are us hardcore fans. You have a sprinkle of casual here or there, but mainly it's us hardcore fans. I do agree that Estrada won the fight. And I'm going to tell you why I think Estrada won the fight. Here's why. Chocolatito, in the early rounds, he pressed the action. He did press. I was very impressed by how Chocolatito pressed the action pretty much the first half of the fight. But he didn't take it from the champ. That's the difference when you fight the champion versus when you fighting everybody fuck else. You have to take it from him. And I didn't see Chocolatito take it from him. I didn't see Chocolatito just royally dominate Estrada. I saw Chocolatito just throwing punches, letting his hands go. Great, awesome, no problem. But I saw Estrada fighting pretty good off the back foot. I saw Estrada throwing more of the thudding, more impactful punches. I saw Estrada not really looking like he was really under too much, like he was able to deal with the pressure. He wasn't worried about the pressure. It wasn't negating anything. I thought it was going to negate because I didn't think he was going to be able to do what he was doing off the back foot, which he did do well off the back foot. I agree, BJ. We do need the third fight. It was super close. That's why I say, and think about it. Listen to what I'm saying, Adrian. In every super close title fight, right? When you fighting a champion, you have to convincingly beat him. If the fight is close, guess where the judges is going to gear to? The champ. That's where they're going to go. They're going to go right to the champ. Well, it was a close fight, but I think Estrada did enough. Do I think she lost? I'm going to get to that in a minute, Lisa, because I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to touch on that too. I know a lot of people going to think Chocolatito won and all that because of if it had been anybody else, Chocolatito would have won that fight. The judges are ridiculous. That what was it like 117 or 111 or some shit like that? Ridiculous. That fight was so close, bro. That fight was very close. I honestly believe, and I get it, why people pick Chocolatito because of the come forward pressure, the volume punching. But he didn't do nothing to take the fight away. Like, Estrada don't got to do much. Like, Chocolatito will be winning the first half of the round, right? He win the first half of the round, no problem. Every round, Chocolatito pretty much is winning the first half of the round. Guess what Estrada was doing? The middle to the end of the round, he started to let his hands go. He started throwing more thudding punches a little bit more. In the middle, towards the end of the round. So guess what the judges is looking at? Oh, the champ is starting to throw, and his punches got a little more pepper on them. Okay, so the judges is marking that up. I'm looking at Chocolatito throwing volume punches, constantly coming forward, pressing the whole fight. So I understand why people pick Chocolatito to win this fight, because Chocolatito was pressing the whole fight. The whole fight. Estrada hardly ever in the fight took too many forward steps. Every time Estrada tried to take too many forward steps, Chocolatito would just let his hands go and back him the fuck up. Every time. But as I'm saying, what the judges are probably looking at is the last 10 to 30 seconds of the round. And the last 10 to 30 seconds of some of those rounds, they saw Estrada kind of turning up a little bit. So they give him the round. Oh, Estrada looked good. He looked good. Even though he wasn't winning half of the round. Bullshit. Honestly, bro, when it was over, into the 12th round, that's what I said, Mad Dog. That's exactly what I said, Mad Dog. It's exactly what I said. I said it was a draw. Nobody dominated nobody. Nobody looked like they had the upper hand. You could say, well, Chocolatito, he threw more punches, but he didn't hurt Estrada. He really wasn't backing Estrada up like making them take like 4, 5, 6 steps back like, oh shit, wait a minute. Estrada stayed in the pocket with him. So Estrada really wasn't worried about the power of Chocolatito. He really wasn't worried about that. That didn't modify nothing. But I don't agree with the judges on that set 117. I don't agree with that score, bro. That 117, what the fuck was you watching? I'm glad they did that shit, Sammy. Because I don't know what the hell that judge was watching. Have no clue whatsoever. That fight was way closer than that. Probably, Lisa. They probably did do it so they could have a trilogy. You know what I mean? Because the first fight, Question mark. Got to have a second fight. And then at a second fight, which was what, 6-7 years in the making. I don't think they're gonna wait that long to make that fight happen. But this fight looms of a trilogy. It looms of a trilogy. We gotta see a trilogy. We gotta really see that. For real, for real. Because the first fight was a barn burner. And the second fight, another barn burner. So my thing is how many times can they do this? Because you gotta think, man, these are two Rocky Balboa style type fights. How long can these guys keep doing this, man? How long? How long, man? I don't know. But I think it was a good fight. I just think it was, honestly, my personal humble opinion. I do believe the fight was a draw. I don't think nobody won the fight. Nobody really dominated the fight. Nobody. Chocolatito fights the typical Chocolatito style fight. He don't fight off the back foot. He just come forward. That's what he do. All right. Estrada, polished boxer, more of a boxer than a brawler. But at the same time, if he feel he need to brawl, he'll brawl. He boxes when he have to. He brawls when he have to. But in this fight, Chocolatito make you fight. So he made it a brawl. And I think Estrada landed the more significant punches, the more powerful punches in the fight. But Chocolatito, with that forward pressure, that constant dictating the pace of the fight, and the volume punching from Chocolatito, is where you could say, all right, Chocolatito won. He was coming forward. He was throwing more punches. I mean, dude, they both, but between the two of them, they threw 2,000 fucking punches between the both of them throughout the whole fight. I feel like this. If you gave it to Chocolatito, I ain't mad at you. You give it to Estrada, I'm not really mad. What I'm mad at is the scoring. That's what I'm a little upset about. It's the scoring. That's what I'm a little irritable about. But as far as the fight itself, I was entertained. My 3-year-old was sitting here watching. She don't watch boxing. She like watching Muay Thai and shit. But she's sitting here watching that whole fight. Didn't move. Hardly even blinked. So that lets you know that fight was good. When my 3-year-old daughter, who don't really watch boxing, she don't watch boxing or MMA. She watch straight Muay Thai. That's what she watch. And when she's sitting there watching that, going back and forth, throwing punches in the air, it's an entertaining fight, man. It's an entertaining fight. It's a highly, highly entertaining fight. Now, sorry, I had to take that phone call. Now, Cecilia Brawkis, that referee robbed you. That referee robbed you. Period. I do think you wasn't winning the fight. You really wasn't doing nothing significant to me personally, to be honest with you. I don't mean to shit on you too much, Cecilia. You fought a good fight. I don't knock you. But Jessica just had a better game plan, a better style for you to deal with, personally. But y'all need to leave Abel Sanchez the fuck alone. Stop going to Abel Sanchez. Cecilia, I don't know what Abel told you, but Abel Sanchez, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it to the day I kick fucking rocks in this bitch. Abel Sanchez is the worst boxing coach in the game. Period. He is the worst. He's not going to Tico. The most you can get from Abel is basic shit. How to stand, how to throw your punches, how to move left and right. forward. That's it. He not gonna show you how to do shit off the back foot. Abel ain't gonna show you shit. Abel is gonna keep you a fucking punching bag for motherfuckers. A punching bag. Abel Sanchez had arguably top pound for pound fighter in Gennady fucking Golovkin. How do you fuck that up? You have one of the hardest punchers in the 160-pound division. How do you fuck that up? By saying stupid shit in interviews, disrespecting your fighter in interviews, saying shit like black fighters aren't entertaining, but every black fighter that you will face that'll fight Triple G will beat the fuck out of Triple G stylistically if they got the right style. That's why your punk ass didn't want to fight Andre Ward, because you knew if you would have fought that black guy, he was going to put them paws on your boy. You don't want to fight Charlos. Charlos ain't did nothing. Well, to be quite frank, the Charlos are in this particular time one of the only credible opponents that you could, in a sense, say you would have fought. Because the only credible opponent Triple G, in my humble opinion, has fought is fucking Canelo. Who? Don't say David Lemieux. I don't want to hear shit. Who the fuck is David? What the fuck David Lemieux did? How many world titles David Lemieux got? How many world champions have David Lemieux beat? What's up, Jedi? Somebody let me know. Triple G, the boogeyman, but the motherfucker won't move up to 168 and fight no motherfucker, but he the motherfucking boogeyman. Ain't that a bitch? Boogie who? I don't respect Abel Sanchez as a trainer, person, none. You a disgrace to the Mexican community. I don't even see you as a real fucking Mexican. You are a disgrace. Period. You got Cecilia Bronquez, former undisputed welterweight fucking champion of the goddamn world, looking like a fucking C-caliber fighter. She has no head movement. She too goddamn tall, too damn flat-footed. What in seven hells is she gonna do with a Jessica McCat skill? What is she gonna do? Nothing. I don't see no improvements from Cecilia Bronquez. She don't look like a better fighter. She look like the same prototypical fighter she was when she first won the goddamn belt. She don't look like she's a better fighter. She looks terrible. That's why you think motherfuckers don't fuck with Abel. Abel not gonna get you better. Abel is not gonna make you a better fighter. He gonna teach you one way. He is the prototypical trainer that will only teach you to fight. He don't want to teach you boxing. He wants to tell you how to fight. Bitch, shut your old ass the fuck up. You supposed to teach people how to box, not how they supposed to fight. You're not supposed to tell them your style is this. And if your style is anything different than this, it's not real. Fuck you, Abel. For real. Because soon as Triple G left your bitch ass, Triple G all of a sudden got some head movement going on. He still fight the same. He still come forward, but the motherfucker actually move his head a little bit. He's actually a little more slicker around them edges. Guess what, Abel? He wouldn't have got that shit fucking with your hoe ass. Hell no. You would have kept him a fucking punching bag for God and everybody. Triple G would have been just walking down eating fucking punches. And I bet you when Jerry Hurd was at his pinnacle in his career at 54, when he was taking punches to give punches, he was thinking that's how you fight right there. That's boxing right there. Motherfucker Abel, for a motherfucker that's been around boxing as long as you've been around boxing, your stupid ass still don't know shit about fucking boxing. It's the sweet science. The sweet science is the art of hitting and not getting hit. That is what the sweet science of boxing is. Hit, not get hit, not stand there and let this motherfucker punch me and let's see who can take more punches. No, Abel, bitch, take your ass to Muay Thai where they do that shit. Take your ass over there where we gotta stand in the motherfucking pocket and we can't really move around because we lose points off that shit. So if you want to see motherfuckers just come forward, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just punching and punching and punching and kicking and punching on each other, take your ass to fucking Thailand and learn Muay fucking Thai where they do that exact same shit. Because that's what Thai boxing is, okay? That's Thai boxing. We're talking the sweet science of boxing, okay? Thai boxing is basically prototypical Mexican style boxing. Come forward, wing and ding, very little head movement, very little waist movement. Just come forward, throw hard, thudding shots. Whoever can't take it is the one that's gonna lose. And whoever can take the most is probably the one that's gonna fucking win. That's Thai boxing. So if that's the shit you talking about, Abel, take your bitch ass over to motherfucking Thailand and do that shit. Okay? But what we do over here, it's called the sweet fucking science, okay? The art of hitting and not getting hit. So if I hit your stupid ass and you miss, oh, well, yo bad, that's boxing. So if you want to bring your come forward robotic style type fighter and I'm sitting there putting angles on him, moving, slipping, dipping, popping him, cracking him, and he can't do shit with me, guess what that say about your stupid ass, Abel? There's no such thing as bad student, only bad teacher. And you, motherfucker, are a bad teacher. You ain't got shit. Nothing. The best motherfucker that you had is triple motherfucking G. And guess what? He left your ass. So what the fuck that say about you? Then you go to Cecilia Brawkis, train her to get her ass whooped by a fighter who, in a sense, uses what you call the African-American black style of boxing, and got your ass whooped. What you gonna say, Abel? What you gonna say, Abel? You are a horrible trainer. Horrible. Horrible. You racist. Because you always talking shit about black fighters, saying that we're not entertaining, but we whoop every fighter you got, bitch. Every fighter you got. But look, Jedi. Even if you go on Julian Jackson, right? What was Julian Jackson's style? If you go with Julian Jackson, what was his style? Come forward, wing and ding, little to no head movement. What Julian Jackson had was if Julian Jackson hit you, I don't give a fuck who training Julian Jackson. I don't give a fuck. JDs could train Julian Jackson. And Julian Jackson is still Julian fucking Jackson. You know what I'm saying? If Julian Jackson hit you, you going to sleep. Good night, Irene. So Abel lucked up on Julian Jackson, just like his whole ass lucked up with Triple G. But if you look at the fights where Julian Jackson lost, why most of the fights he lost? Probably because of lack of head movement, lack of defense. Abel Sanchez don't teach defense. He don't know what defense is. I got you, Jedi. Matter of fact, while I'm bullshitting, hold on. While I'm bullshitting, hey, Jedi, if you got some time, slide on the panel. But he didn't move his head like that, Troy. He wasn't no slick dude. What I mean is, what you looking at is the little slip here, little slip there, blah, blah, blah. I get that. What I'm talking about slick style. It's cool to slip here, slip. I'm talking about a slick boxer, Troy. You know what I'm talking about? What's up, PJ? Who the fuck is this wannabe Rob Gronkowski nigga up in here? Who the fuck is this? Who is this? Who are you? Who are you? This shit here. This shit right here. I don't play this shit. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. That's that bullshit. What's up, Jedi?
Yo, what's going on, boo man? I hear you airing motherfuckers out, kid.
Man, you know me, man. I'm not giving no fucks about this shit, bro. Like, it's just a bunch of bogus bullshit, man. Like,
nah, I hear you, bro. I mean,
because I feel like Cecilia could be Jessica if she had the right motherfucker with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. I mean, she was on top for a minute, and it's like, you know, look, you can always tell how far a trainer can take a fighter, and that's as good and effective as they can get with them. Like, look, Emmanuel Stewart is one of them, right? Not compared, because Emmanuel Stewart is way greater than Sanchez. I'm just saying, like, with certain fighters that he trained, right, which are great now and legends and shit, soon to be Hall of Famers as well. Like, you gotta take a look at it, right? Like certain managers will be with motherfuckers maybe 10 years. Sometimes, you know, as longevity. Sometimes they go their separate ways because that's as far as they can go. So now it's time to, you know, empty the cup and let it run it full with the next managers, you know, next trainers, you know, knowledge. So Abel Sanchez is one that, you know, you're supposed to feel blessed with them, especially, you know, motherfuckers he had in his stable. For me, my opinion was the best dude I feel that he's ever had, you know, in his stable was Julian Jackson. You know what I'm saying? When he had GGG, you know, yeah, like when he had GGG, and I can even disagree with you on that. If people say that, you know, GGG was the best he had, no doubt that you can say that too, because he has straps on him too. I'm just saying, if you take a good look at GGG, right, towards the middle, towards his end of career with Abel Sanchez ran out of ideas. He didn't know what to do. Everything became repeat pattern. You know, he started looking slow. You know what I'm saying? He started, you know, getting connected on a little bit more. So it's like, it's to a point where I'm saying maybe Abel Sanchez needs to stop being lazy. That motherfucker's lazy, kid. He is a lazy. That I will attest to. He's a lazy fucking trainer, bro. You know, and you could tell with what just went on. You know what I mean? You could tell very much. Like, he has almost every fight model that he trains is always, like you said, come forward. You know what I'm saying? Limited head movement. There's some there, but you can't see it as much. You know?
Right. What's up, PJ? I didn't know it was you, bro. I had a bad experience. So when I see certain people, if I don't really know you, and it's people could lie and say they you, and it's somebody else. Like, somebody already lied and said they was me on MMA Best Surgeon channel, and it wasn't even me. It was somebody else using my my thumbnail, my avatar, all the shit. So my fault, PJ. What's up with the folk?
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. How's it going?
It's all good, man. Another day at the office, man. Just, you know, some good fights happened last night, and just wanted to cook on them.
Yeah, like the Chocolatito. I saw that, man. Split decision. That I don't know what's up with these judges, man. Judges are ruining this blimmin' sport. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's to me, the judge that said 117, 111, I was just
117, 111. Nah.
That's some
like what is that about? You know,
that's some fucking Adelaide Bird shit, son. Word. That's some Super Grover shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, girl. Man, look, these judges, I forgot what live I was on. Somebody had mentioned, right, that maybe retired fighters should be judges. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. Maybe some, not all, but maybe some. And maybe some should be refs as well. And maybe some should take positions in sanctioning bodies. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because I hear these old timers always talk about it's not the same. So get the fuck up and do something about it then.
I think if a boxer is going to be a judge or a ref, they have to be ones that know the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they can't be ones just throw haymakers and think, that weren't really good in there, you know, while they were fighting.
Yeah. And I just want to say real fast, rest in peace, man, to the greatest middleweight ever, bro. Marvelous Marvin HAGLER, bro. It's sad. Y'all motherfuckers, man, don't get that vaccine, bro. Stay away from that shit, dog.
Is that how he died? The vaccine.
You think so, Jedi? Really?
Yeah. That's what's going around.
Oh.
Stay away from that shit. Stay away from that shit, bro. That's the mark of the beast, man. Not to turn this biblical, but Abel Sanchez has a problem and he's fucking lazy.
Yeah, he do. I never once Abel Sanchez said that black fighters aren't entertaining, all they do is run. I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Yeah,
this is boxing.
Yeah, that's some. I mean, even though it was his wholehearted opinion, he shouldn't talk shit because when he had Julian Jackson, we have to go back there. When he had Julian Jackson at that time, Julian Jackson was one of the most exciting motherfuckers to watch because of the way he delivered his motherfucking punches. So, what is he talking about? What that right there? What I just said contradicts and knocks down his whole shit. Like, man, I would love to fucking throw a fucking taco at this motherfucker, son. Straight up.
What's up, Troy? What to do with the phone?
What's up, man? Listen.
Troy, what's good, baby? What's going on, brother?
What's good, man? You know what? I heard what you said about Julian, man. I got to say this. I have seen him use his head because the things that made him dangerous. I mean, he had the power, but you know, the one thing that made him dangerous was his eyes, and he had the ability to set you up with a punch. You could ask Terry Norris that. You could ask Harold Graham that, because those are slick guys that he had to set up. Matter of fact, he even hurt Mike McCollum, but Mike stood his ground. And he saw the end result of that. But he did have some head movement. I'm not trying to say he was a slick fighter, but he wasn't a statue either.
Right, exactly, man.
He
McCollum,
wasn't no statue. He wasn't. No statue.
And yo, Troy, now that you mentioned, man, McCollum, I gotta give him respect because he lasted all the way through Roy Jones, bro. Roy Jones, and he gave Roy Jones the business too. Like that, man. There was no fading in that, man. And if it did fade, that was a good fight for him to fade off on, man. He gave Roy Jones, and it was twice they fought, right? Right, Troy? It was twice they fought.
One.
Okay.
But what I was going to say pertaining to that is just I felt that Cecilia Brækhus could have fought a better. She fought better, a little better in the first fight than this fight, a little bit. She was too tall to me in this fight. A fighter like Jessica McCaskill, who's a shorter, easier. She just kept bending her legs, bending her knees, staying short in the pocket. Cecilia was too tall. I did not like I don't know if y'all saw the fight of McCaskill and Brækhus, but the ref took a point for her for holding, and she wasn't holding.
No. I didn't see it. I didn't see any holding.
I didn't see any holding either. And she had got a point deducted for holding, and she wasn't holding. So I felt like that was like that fight was already rigged against her. Because for somebody to say that, for the ref to say that, to take a point from her for holding, and they were in close quarters damn near the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of hard for them not to, wrap up a little bit. And they were breaking on their own at times. The referee wasn't always breaking them up. Yeah. So why would the ref take a point away? And he barely even warned her. Like, it wasn't a lot of holding. I've seen more holding in other fights. Like, it's just that it wasn't a hold. He didn't need to take a point from her, man. I don't know if anybody saw that. But it wasn't no holding, and it wasn't no point that needed to be deducted. What you guys?
It was Jessica has a style where she just stalks you, and when she was landing an overhand right, and then she would try to come back with another punch, she would fall into her, but she wasn't hold. There was no holding. It was more or less, the overhand right would come, then she tried to land another punch, and they basically fell into each other, but there wasn't any holding. But that's the thing I watched throughout that whole fight. Jessica, I love that she has some powerful eyes, man. They can burn through steel, first of all, right? but the truth is, if she would utilize her jab more, she would have more knockouts, and I'm gonna tell you why. She stalks in, right, and she lands those punches. She's a strong fighter. She's not gonna take out one punch. If she utilizes her jab, she could land 1, 2, 3 punches, and most fighters are not gonna want to stand there and take that throughout the fight. So, she'd be able to get some PKOs and all that. But all she does is just stomp in, boom, boom. She I didn't see a jab, Maybe you saw a different, but did you see a jab from Jessica?
Nope, I ain't see no jabs from Jessica. I saw her coming forth, trying to basically, use her little shoulder roll defense and counter her with like looping shots. She really, and maybe a straight right hand here or there, but it really wasn't. It was just like the first fight to me, and I'm gonna touch on that for a quick second. The first fight with, I think, was Burns and that Mexican dude, the young cat. It was an 8-rounder. All dude had to do was go to the body. Burns was constantly using the shoulder roll, southpaw, constantly just headhunting. Why aren't these fighters going to the body? When y'all see these slick boxers, no matter what denomination they are, black, white, whatever, when you see these slick boxers, why are y'all headhunting these dudes? The body don't move like the head do.
Because they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do, man. They don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do, bro. Most of these guys are not even teaching the sweet science. First of all, man, you're supposed to learn how to body hunt before you head hunt. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest target. When I was taught first boxing and then, Boran Muay Thai and shit, the first thing they teach you is, work the body first, bro. Once you learn how to move that weight with a punch and you know how to shift, you can set them up and you can, you know what I mean? And it's like a lot of guys now think that headshots and, that's why they're punch stats. If you take a look at it, right? Like if you got guys like Teofimo or Loma, guys that actually do go to the body, that's why their punch stats, the shits are up there. You know what I'm saying? It's not incomplete when it comes to those numbers. Now, when you look at other guys, these young and up and coming guys that just straight fucking headhunt, bro, it's like, punches like the Manny Pacquiao Jeff Horn fight, right? Jeff Horn was straight headhunting, but he kept grappling. If you look at the percentages on Manny Pacquiao's body punches, bro, this is why it was a robbery. So it's like when you look at shit like that, and you guys are correct, bro. Like body punching is the most important fucking. It's essential, bro. You need it. You need it like vitamins. You need that shit. You need it because if this opponent of yours is very evasive and he's got great defense, you ain't gonna touch him upstairs. But now if you confuse him and you mix it up downstairs or upstairs, downstairs, I mean, that gives you more, give you more chances to get past his defense or to even trick his defense or even have him, execute his defense before you even land. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, these guys today are incomplete. It's just my boxing opinion, though.
I agree. A lot of these fighters are incomplete.
I agree as well. Like, I think
plateau and stop. What was you gonna say, P?
Yeah, like just touching on your point about like there aren't many teachers. Like when you really think about how many inside fighters are there nowadays, like guys that really rough you up in it, there aren't many.
That
like
is
when
a
you
good question.
think about it, there aren't many, and that's a skill within itself. And you don't see that nowadays. You don't see it at all.
Yep.
You don't see it.
And the last body puncher that I saw, gentlemen, to me was my friend Mauricio Herrera. That was the last gut-wrenching body fucking hunter that I can remember. And he retired about like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And you see them in spurts, but they don't continue the homework down there. It's incomplete homework when they hand it in,
Yep. I can tell you this, right? The last two that I saw, one was an artist and one was just a punisher. Chavez was a punisher to the body. He would punish you to the body.
Yes, sir.
How do you say left hook in Spanish anyway? How do you say that?
I think it's izquierda.
Yeah, he had that. He was nasty with it, and he was consistent. Mike McCollum was just, he was Picasso as far as body work goes.
Yeah, bro, his work was sick.
He was Picasso, and you know what? You don't see that anymore, and that's a real nasty thing. And James Toney was like that too when he slipped punches. He would tear you up to the body. I still love watching his fights, man. But that's stuff that you don't see. That's why I like just going to these gyms and listening to the old trainers. I don't talk at all when I go there. I just sit and listen, man, because that's the only way I'm gonna learn.
Yep, that's the best way to go. Go ahead, Jed.
No, I was gonna say word up. He's got a point there, man. That's like Mr. Miyagi speaking. You know what I mean? When they teaching you and they speaking and they giving pointers, all we can do is sit down and just record because what the fuck do we know? These guys have put guys out there and have toned and tuned these guys' skills to the point that they're champions. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck do we know? So we have to sit down and listen. You know, it's just like an elder telling you, look, there's A, B, and C, right? These doors. I've been through all of them. I'm telling you to go through fucking C. Because A consists of this, not good for you. B consists of this, it'll kill you. What do most of us fucking do in life? We ignore the fucking elder teachings off the dresser and we go through them doors and we fuck ourselves up. Then we want to blame everybody else. No, this was happening in boxing. These dudes already been through A, B. Look, Floyd Mayweather threw money out and did all that shit, so you guys won't have to do it. Now all you got to do is fight, and right. This is how I see it. These guys ain't doing that. Instead of being themselves, they're trying to be. Instead of gaining themselves, they're trying to gain what others have gained, missing out on the fact that it's their boxing education that's actually being tarnished here. Their whole pedigree. This is why they're missing stuff.
And also on the back of what you're saying about following Floyd's footprint and blueprint, do you really think after it wasn't just boxers that learned about Floyd's blueprint? Promoters would have learned it as well. So this is what I'm thinking. There is no one that's going to be able to buy out their contract the way that Floyd bought his own, because promoters are going to be thinking, wow, we've lost a lot of money on Floyd. We are not a lot of money on our future talent. So this whole idea of trying to be the next Floyd is irrelevant. The boxers should just hone their craft, man. They should really hone their craft and stop chasing the bag.
Yeah, in order for you to be the next Floyd, you got to be able to do some Floyd shit. And Floyd was dedicated to the sport. He's a gym rat. That was all he did his whole life. You know what I'm saying? His daddy boxed, his uncle boxed. That's all he saw growing up. A lot of these dudes is seeing the finished product of Floyd. They're not seeing the whole trials and tribulations and the hardships and the times that Floyd actually did get his ass beat trying to learn the sweet science of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
I tell y'all what, everybody talks about Floyd. I have a lot of respect for him, but the first person, that I heard doing that was Sugar Ray Leonard. No, actually it was Ali, but it was Sugar Ray that took everything and claimed it as his own. He bought out the contract. He never had a promoter. He had a lawyer who was also his manager named Mike Trainer, right? And he never had a promoter ever. He was the first fight. Yes, he was the first fighter to make $100 million. He was he was one of the first to actually be in commercials, him and Ali, right? Yep.
I remember, kid. Bring it back, Troy. Bring it back, Troy.
Yeah. So that's stuff that I would love to learn how to. That's stuff that I think that's missing from boxing. You should train them how to fight, but you should also train them how to plan for the future, because you can't fight forever. And Bernard Hopkins is a perfect example of that. He got out of prison, he boxed, and then he said, hold on. Why does my contract say I'm getting paid $1 million, but I only got $60,000 for fighting Roy Jones, right? And then he stepped to Spinks, and Butch Lewis, and they told him to mind his epic business. So he fired them. He fired them. And after that, he got blacklisted. Remember, he was gone for a while?
Yep.
Which was a big mistake, because he got to study the business then. He studied and mastered the business so well that Don King said, that's the hardest, Negro that I ever had to work with. He knows just as much as I do.
Word up. Yo, it was live back then, man. Remember Butch Lewis, kid? How much of a fucking card artist that dude was, bro?
Butch Lewis was a bone breaker. He didn't make any bones about it. You saw the tuxedo without the sleeves.
With the bow tie, son. He came out.
And you saw the arms he was working with, right?
Yup. My man give him facts. So he came out and strong arm shit and tell you, I'm strong arm your shit. And there's nothing you can say about it. Like, I was like, damn, bro, this guy got energy. Even Don King would look at him and be like, I'm moving away from this motherfucker.
And if Don King moving away from you,
word up.
Don King don't want to fuck with you, because Don King a murderer. So if that nigga not fucking with you,
technically, the dude fell on the knife a couple of times. He ain't really hurt.
Oh shit, Troy. Word, man. I'm telling you, bro. And it's like remember guys, like the first Pepsi. No, actually, it was the third Pepsi commercial. It was with the Sugar Ray Leonard, his son, and then it was Duran and his son. Remember that?
Right,
now
right,
that commercial right there is what bought him his first $50 million, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that commercial ran at every fucking sports. Like, if there was hockey on Wild World of Sports, it was going on like 3 or 4 times during commercial breaks. If it was tennis, it was going on there. Bro, they even played that shit one time on HBO when it was an interlude between Arthur Ashe and somebody else, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, this is really, really good. And I was young, and all I knew was Sugar Ray Leonard. Bro, I had a little fro style like his, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Sugar Ray Leonard was like, if he was born in like the 70s, like I was 74, and you seen him through the 80s and shit, that was your Ali, because we just graduated from Ali leaving. So that was our Ali, right? And then after Sugar Ray came Mike Tyson, bro. And when Mike Tyson got on the scene, that it was on some. So now when we look at him now, that's our Ali now, as we're old grandparents now. So it's amazing how boxing is going, but the thing is that it's not coming into fruition the way we thought. It's not following the same way it's supposed to grow, the way we thought that the other, because look, if you look at back then when it first started all the way now, it progressed the way it's supposed to. Hard hitting, action packed, fighting, 2 men in the middle of the ring saying I am. You know what I'm saying? Just making the fight. But then all of a sudden you got Butch Reed, Panama, everybody dirtying up the game, doing this, even though there was mouths back then. But I'm saying though, where's the competitiveness? Right? That's what I'm saying.
Where's the class? Because we saw the fight last night. You know, after the fight last night, those two brothers showed each other love and showed class. Yeah. You don't see that anymore. It's like everybody's sensitive. You can't say X, Y, Z about someone, or else you're gonna hurt their feelings. I mean, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You know how many times Don King threatened to get Bob Arum killed, and you know how many phone calls he got that said, okay, go ahead and do it and see what happens to you like 5 minutes later.
Man.
No, it was that serious. It wasn't no joke with them.
Bro, Don King had power, dog. Like him and the old man Duva, bro, they was tied to the mob. When Sammy Gravano gave his when Sammy Gravano gave his testimony, he named them, and even Emmanuel Stewart, Crumb Jim was in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, motherfucker, like this is why you gotta say to yourself, sometimes you gotta have a little bit of the bad. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep the bad in line when it tries to get, too bad.
Too much.
So it's and it's like when you look at these fighters of today, I can understand what you're trying to do, but you're not at that level, bro. It's like
ain't no stories no more.
Right, like you're coming in through the back door to gain greatness instead of coming in through the front.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I said about the situation with Canelo and everybody talking about this Canelo shit. You got Benavidez talking about I'll beat everybody at 68. And it's like, okay, I get you, I understand it, but I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm finna make a video because they obviously not finna tune in to an hour into the live stream to hear this shit. If you want a Canelo fight, this is what you do. If you are Jamal Charlo, you fight Khalid Plant for the IBF strap at 168 pounds. Canelo wants to be undisputed, the first and only undisputed champion, evidently, at 168 pounds ever, right? That's his goal. So how can I get a fight with him and I have nothing that he wants? Well, Khalid Plant has a belt at 68, a world title at 68. You fight him, you beat him, and you kick your fucking feet up and you wait for the Canelo call. But to sit up here and know that Canelo is going after the people that got belts at 68 and you don't got shit significant at 68, not even a fucking regular title, and you want to sit up here talking about Canelo ducking you, he ducking you, and you don't have nothing that he wants. He doesn't want your name on his resume. Your name is not big enough to where he say, I want to fight you because I want to have your name. I don't care about you, what accomplishments you have in boxing, but your name is so big in boxing to where I got to fight you. I think that's why Floyd fought Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton didn't do shit in America. Nothing. But Ricky Hatton had them fans over in the UK screaming there's only one fucking Ricky Hatton selling out shows like a motherfucker. He's like, hey, that motherfucker got a name. He big over there. Let me bring my fans over here and let me get that money.
Facts.
He had
Facts.
5,000 fans that traveled over here to see him.
That traveled, yeah. I
Yep.
remember that. I remember
Yep.
the build to that fight. It was crazy. You thought it was a national holiday over here, man.
Yep.
It was
You
Yep.
feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you
And he
also
was a
got to say
great
like,
talker
and
too. Ricky
yeah,
Hatton was
and
a
you,
great talker.
oh yeah, and you also got to
Oh
say it
yeah,
like
he was
this.
a good talker, yeah.
Most of Floyd Mayweather's resume, if you look at it, it has great Mexican fighters. So he built from the Mexican fighting market. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew that's, me going against hard hitters, because all of them were hard hitters. All of them knew how to box. They had the Mexican hard style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Marquez. You know what I'm saying? Corrales. I mean, Jesus Christ. God bless them. And it's like, before he left, we wanted him to catch Pacquiao at that stage. This is why most of us fight fans are mad at that. That's the only reason why I'm mad at him, because that fight was too late. You know what I'm saying? It was too late. So had it been more like an exhibition, it would have been cool. You know what I mean? Everybody actually would have paid $100 and they would have felt like they didn't lose anything, because we would have expected that. You know what I'm saying? But Floyd robbed the bank. He did what he did. I'm glad that this is the first black man that actually, got over on the machine, defeated the fucking machine. And I'm so happy he did that. But what I'm upset at him about is that he didn't clean it up after he destroyed it. He didn't say,
That
look, guys,
is a
Yo,
great statement, Jedi.
you
It's
know what I'm
like
saying?
you come in and you fuck shit up, but motherfucker, clean up after yourself.
Exactly. It's like, look, if you go and you smack somebody in front of a young child, right? Let's just call the young child the casuals, right? Right? You smack somebody, you look at the kid and you tell him, look, you just don't go around smacking nobody like that. All right. The reason why I did that is because he did this, that, and the third. And of course, it's got to be treacherous, or it's got to be because he tried to harm you or something. But the whole point is that if that action takes off right then and there, you have to explain yourself. You have to clean it up. That way that child would know, and you have to tell that child, I won't do that shit in front of you. But it was right. So this is what Floyd was supposed to do. Look, this ain't for everybody. Y'all can't do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But instead, what did he do? As soon as he found out guys were making 2.5, 3 million, he started, and everybody could research this if you want. He started complaining and said, oh, I got to talk to Al Heyman. He can't be giving out all these young guys money for no reason. All right, my bro, you should have said this shit on the way out.
Right.
And people would have respected that.
Said that shit. Oh, Al, you paying these dudes too much. You paying them too much. Well, you knew that because they all trying to get what you got. Right. So what you expect?
Word.
Well, listen, I got two questions that's staying on the subject. Number one, armed with all this knowledge, how come you don't see a lot of these, cats nowadays taking control of their business? I don't think they get it. Yeah, I don't think they get it that, they are the actual business. Boxing is just a vehicle. So I don't think they understand that. Then the thing with Floyd Mayweather, here's the questions that. Here's the question that I use all the time to get me called a hater. He only fight all his so-called top pay-per-views were with fighters that had audiences or like a country behind them.
Right.
How come he couldn't sell just fighting anybody, like say like a Sugar Ray or Tyson or anybody like that?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can take a look at it, right? And we know the answer, because most of those guys were actually the threat, right? You had Paul Williams, right? You had Vernon Forrest, right? You had a almost primed before his prime Mosley, right? You had a rematch with De La Hoya. Yeah, these were threats, and he knew how to blueprint and how to sell it, to the point that we had to agree with him skipping most of those fucking threats that were actually gonna, because look, when he fought Maidana, we seen what Maidana did, right? To the point that the second fight he couldn't attack him near the ropes. That was a stipulation, on top of the gloves. I mean, it's a lot of things with him. This is why I have no problem with him doing what he did, but at the same time, I have to come to the fact, and this is the truth, bro, that he was a gimmick. After he came back from the WWE, he knew how to rob the bank. He placated off of our curiosity of us wanting him to fall. That's why everybody was curious. Everybody wanted to see, can this motherfucker take him out? Can this motherfucker take him out? That's all it was. Yeah. And he would talk shit to us. Oh, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all don't know this. Y'all don't know that, right? But then he tried to, after the match, I love you guys. Thank you. I'm just playing. And we're like, fuck you, Floyd. Fuck you, because we see what you're doing now. You having these guys jabbed like 25 times within 3 months of testing, taking mad blood out of them. Bro, we know, we see. But we actually agree with it though. So we can't kick and scream a bitch. But what we're doing is pointing out these things because I'm tired of giving passes, even to legends that had certain stipulations in order to be great that we actually see, but we can't call out now because why? Because every statement that we say is true, they want to cancel because they want to be on propaganda. It's ridiculous, bro. Bro, do you believe somebody told me Floyd was a seven divvy champ, which is a lie? Can you believe somebody told me that Danny Garcia is one of the Mexican greats, that he can be put up there with Gomez, Benitez, Camacho, right?
Danny?
Exactly.
Danny?
Exactly.
Danny
Puerto
be
Rico,
Mexican
man.
first.
Puerto Rico.
Can
You know what I'm
Danny be
saying?
Mexican first?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just like, bro, how where are all these things coming from? And it's coming from the fight fan that has no education within the sport of boxing, where they think that a loss, your career's done. It's over. How
Yeah,
many
one
times?
ass whooping is over. One ass
Exactly.
whooping, you're done.
How many times did we have to wedgie these young motherfuckers and show them, bro? We have to pull these niggas. Yo, Troy, grab this leg. Yo, D3, grab this leg. And we pulled them niggas, bang, to the point that we had to wake them up and tell them, yo, listen, bro, listen. Just because your fighter lost doesn't make him garbage. Now you got to stand on that because your fighter lost, like Deontay Wilder. What happened? Yeah. Right? All the Danny Garcia, the DSG cherry picking motherfuckers, right? What happened? And I told y'all, he's gonna lose because he's fighting nobodies, and that tarnishes a fucking world-class champion's skills. What happened? He fought somebody else that was world-class, like Keith Thurman, got waxed, right? I was right. Here we go. And it's so simple to be right in the sport, in this game, if you know and you see what boxing is. Most of you motherfuckers that are calling all of this don't even know how to watch a boxing match. I put my whole life on that shit. Troy would, D3 would, my man PJ would.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody in the comment section would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know our boxing. This is why we're on this channel. And everybody hit the like for my man D3. You know what I'm saying? DT3, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, for real, man. And I'm so happy that we having these discussions because this is boxing education, especially with a brain like Troy Graham up here, bro. That comes from a little bit from before me. I was 74. I watched this since 84. He born before me, so God knows.
Why
how
you had
long?
to say 84? You just showed your age to me, Jedi.
It's all good.
Guess what, Jedi?
Yeah.
I was born in 84.
No. I was born in 74. I'm fucking 47 right now.
Oh,
right?
you my sister age.
Yeah, I'm 47. But I'm just saying, I started watching boxing in 84. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where it was passed down in tradition. Bro, we used to sit down. My grandfather used to drink his beer. My father used to drink his beer with my grandfather and me, bro. My grandfather sometimes and my father used to give me little sips of beer. Bro, when I used to look around at these men and be like, why are they jumping up and down? Why are these motherfuckers sweating? And all of a sudden, my father started breaking down. My grandfather used to call the fights. He used to be like, oh, shit, he's going to catch him with that left. Oh, and in Spanish, too. And I used to be like, oh, shit, my grandfather knows. Bro, it was beautiful, just like baseball, basketball. This shit is a tradition. It should be passed on, but we can't do it. You know why? Because I'm afraid to show my grandson, because my son's already grown, my grandson exactly what a fighter is today. Are you crazy? There are so many things missing within that model to call them, look, this is a fighter. Hell no, I'd rather show him the golden age, the silver age.
Yeah. And with that being said, I want to kind of like segue, before I get out of here, I want to segue into what is your marvelous Marvin Hagler moment. I'm going to start with PJ because he hasn't really said too much. But what is a moment, whether if it's an interview, a fight, don't matter. What is your marvelous Marvin Hagler moment for you, PJ, that you can recall right now?
Oh, man. I think it was his interview when he was about to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, and he finally got his chance. And I can't remember the ins and outs of it, but he just epitomized, that guy who's been working behind the scenes. No one gave him that recognition. And when he finally got into the fight, you can actually see that, he really, really wanted to win, like it wasn't just something that just came, like, with some fighters when they finally get the fight and they just sit back and think, yeah, I finally made it. No, like this was someone who, came from adversity, been fighting through adversity. And when he finally got the shot, he went out. And I think for me, it just speaks to me because it helps me think like, yeah, there might be someone out there in life who might be, louder than you or might have the public attention. But if you just keep working, you'll get your own shot, So I think that's what really sticks out to me about his life.
My boy Jedi, what's your? I'm gonna pick Troy last because Troy will give me a few stories on Marvin. But Jedi, what's your marvelous Marvin Hagler story? Something that stuck out to you about Marvin?
All right. Well, I have two of them. Right.
Go
The
ahead.
first one was when he defeated John Mugabe. For me, that was a test for him. Right. And when he showed up for that fight, I mean, both men did. That was beautiful, bro. I love watching that. But bro, when he overcame that, I was like, yes. And then when he got the fucking what was that shit? That commercial with the everything else is uncivilized. The Old Spice. You know why I was happy for him? I was happy for him because this is a man who came from a time where he wasn't wanted, and this happened in England. He wasn't wanted as a champion, bro. They threw bottles, chairs, right? And we could say it was racism. We could say it was that time, how things were, but still, bro, like this man overcame, right? At the same time, when I hear Black Americans, ones that we know, ones that we don't know, but when they speak, when they say we don't have a face for boxing, bro, look at marvelous Marvin Hagler. What he has accomplished, a man who has held a title, bro. First of all, being undefeated before grabbing that title 4 years, and then for the 6 more years with that's 10 years. Nobody beat this man. This is what people really don't look at it. This man. This is one thing you have to look at. You have to look at marvelous Marvin Hagler's fight selection at that time. They were all fucking ranked, all fucking killers, bro. There's not one motherfucker, bro, that this man has ducked. This man, marvelous Marvin Hagler. Okay, if you're asking yourself, this is who he is. One of the fabulous four, bro. Understand this. This man has legendary status. This is a king in this sport. This is the best middleweight ever. You could show me Carlos Monzo. You could show me all that shit. But now, like I have just stated, which most of y'all really didn't fucking know, 4 years before he won the strap, undefeated, winning the strap, add those 4 to that 6, that's 10 years nobody could fuck with this man. Nobody.
And he was fucking with killers during that time span. He wasn't fighting no tune-ups. He was fighting all killers.
Facts. So when he got that Old Spice commercial, I said, that's it. He's a household name. He fucking deserves it. This man is a legend. This man will forever be known. We will always know and remember this man. And what happened? Look at today. Look at today. This man is still going to be praised, bro. And what's funny is a week before, I had made and y'all go check it out if you don't mind me plugging D3. Go check it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I made a tribute to him a week before his passing.
Damn.
Letting motherfuckers know that ain't nobody in this fucking middleweight division. He would go through these motherfuckers like you slurping spaghetti, bro. Easy. And he would enjoy breaking these motherfuckers, teaching them. So a matter of fact, that somebody tried to tell me that he was a GGG fanboy, that GGG said he was better than fucking marvelous Marvin Hagler, and I debunked it because GGG, there's a video out there in case y'all motherfuckers are really, really stringing like Tarzan on vines on this motherfucker nuts, on his nut hairs. Check this out, bro. Go do the research. GGG said it himself. Oh, no, I'm not greatest. No, marvelous Hagler. No, Hagler, he king. He said it out his mouth. You can't change that. Marvelous Marvin Hagler is the greatest middleweight ever, the best model for middleweight division on how to carry yourself as a fighter in and out the ring. And always remember what this man said for all y'all that are fighting and for y'all that are going to become fighters, bro. This is happening to Tiafimo. This is happening to young champions now. Once you get the taste of the silk sheets, it's hard to get up from them. Rest in peace, champ.
Troy Graham. Before I get my stake, Troy Graham, give me your marvelous Marvin Hagler moment.
You know what? I'm still gonna stick with it. It's John the Beast Mugabe, and I'm gonna tell you why. Everybody remembers Hearns Hagler, right? Everybody remembers that. That was a beautiful showcase fight. But coming into that fight, John was a bone breaker. Any place he hits you, he's gonna break something. Any place he hits you, he's gonna shut down your nervous system in that area, right? So it was the monster against Marvin's manhood. And at the end of the fight, I remember Marvin standing over him like, I broke you. He broke the monster.
Yup.
And at that point, no one had ever beaten, broken John the Beast Mugabe because he was feared. I wouldn't joke. I seen him break somebody's leg in the ring with a punch that he basically missed. He threw a left hook. He threw a left hook and the guy tried to duck under it, and the force of the punch caught him on the head, and he did a 360 and snapped his ankle.
Ooh, damn, son.
It wasn't. You could look that up as a French fighter.
Damn.
I don't remember the French fighter's name. That's
I
how
believe
strong
you.
John the Beast was, right?
Damn, son.
And Marvin had him up against the ropes, told him, and when he went to the ground, Marvin was like, "Get up, come on, Beast."
Yep.
And that's how I always remember Marvin. He was basically that he was basically that nail that you couldn't hammer into the wood. That's how I always remember him, man. I was sitting over here thinking about some things. I remember when they went to fight Tommy Hearns. I think Tommy Hearns broke his pinky or whatever in sparring, right? And Marvin said to him, "Look, I will cut that pinky off, man. You know, we trying to make $1 million. I mean, I got $1 million. I'll cut that pinky off and fight you. I don't care."
You just took mine, Troy. You just took mine. But that's my Hagler moment was when he said that. When he said, "Man, I could what fighter in his right mind? Fuck fighter. What person in their right mind goes, oh man, I broke my pinky. I'm gonna cut this bitch off. Fuck it. This is not gonna stop me. I gotta go to work tomorrow." That just let me know not only just the fighter he was, but the man, the mentality of a guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I broke my finger. Well, it's just the pinky. Who needs the pinky?
Yeah, right.
I cut that off and get in the ring, and I have two too. It was that one, and I grew up on the round of the century. I remember walking downstairs, seeing my auntie watching that fight on, and Troy, and even Jedi. You remember them big ass box TVs?
Hell yeah, bro!
You know
with them fucking furry speakers, bro.
Yeah. So I go downstairs and we got the big old box TV that's on the floor and shit. And I'm looking at it and I'm just seeing these two brothers just going nonstop. And I remember that was my intro. For those who don't know, Hagler Hearns is my intro in boxing. And then after that it was Mike Tyson and then Lennox Lewis, Roy Jones, all that shit. But my intro to boxing was the round of the century.
Nice.
I'll never forget coming down those stairs, walking in the living room, and I just got stuck. I just literally turned to the TV, and I'm just seeing dudes swinging, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? And I'm a little kid, so I'm like eyes bigger than your plates and shit. I'm like, whoa, these dudes is going in.
He looking out the window. He's like, there's a fight outside.
You feel me? Like this going. All you hear is
Also, we got to send a shout out to Jared Hurd, man. His father passed away.
Man.
Fred Hurd Senior, man.
Word. He wasn't an old dude neither. I got a call yesterday because I'm kind of out of the loop sometime. I got a call and I was talking to a brother who actually knows the family. Yeah, and he was real hurt about it and all that. So yeah, man, because I know how close they were. I know how close they were, and I know that that young man's in a lot of pain today. So God bless him. God bless him.
Damn, man, word.
God bless the whole Hurd family, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But that was my Hagler. That's my Hagler memory, is seeing the Hagler Hearns fight being one of the first boxing fights I've ever seen in my life. Imagine that being your first intro into boxing, and then you seeing where boxing is today. It's like my intro to boxing is Hagler Hearns.
That's hard right there. Hell yeah, bro. Or imagine what was it? Ronnie Lyle and George Foreman. Imagine that being your intro.
Oh my God.
That would have been crazy too, bro.
Oh man. And then
I tell you what I remember about that fight, y'all.
What'd you say, Troy?
No. Ronnie Lyle, right before that fight, they were talking to him and they asked him, "Are you afraid of Foreman?" Yeah. And he looked into the camera and he's like, "I spent 19 years in jail. Is Foreman afraid of me?"
Word up. Yo, it's sad, man, that this man never won a strap, bro. But I respect Ronnie Lyle, man. To me, that is the epitome of a contender, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that man.
Gotta respect gang, man. Like, and with the fighters that we talking about, people, you gotta understand this is the generation that's the lost era where a fight of Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, that fight would have been happened. Manny Pacquiao would have been fought everybody. Crawford would have been
My
fought
intro
everybody.
my intro was much later. Though. My intro was much later because I think I'm a bit younger.
Yeah, but it's
My
okay.
intro was Prince Nassim Ahmed and Kevin Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He was a
Prince
showman.
Nassim
He
was
was
over in
damn
the
sure a
UK. It was a
showman.
show. It was when I saw that and I saw the no hands, you know, but they Kevin Kelly they had a slugfest pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this is a sport. And it was at the time where everyone was wearing Adidas around here as well, and it was just Adidas everywhere. The ring was sponsored. Nowadays, you don't really get that. You don't get big sponsors anymore because I think even big sponsors like big brands, they see boxing as a dying sport as well, man. I
Yeah.
really do. I really think boxing is on a decline right now. It really is. Like, look at the greats that we've just mentioned, and look what's happening now. Like, these kids they're not going to be able to see. They're not going to be able to name greats. You know, by the time this era is done, that's what I think anyway.
But
Because no one's going to fight
them
anyone.
Is Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder, and like those are the greats of this generation. Is the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, the Anthony Joshua's, you know, the Errol Spence, the Terrence Crawford, the Charlo brothers. Those are, when we look back at this years later, when we look back at this era, those are Canelo. Excuse me, my bad for those that I forgot to mention Canelo. My fault. But those are the fighters that they're going to look back at this era and say,
He said, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
yeah, you say Canelo. You say Canelo.
That's like that. He a hater. He a hater.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that in the comment section. So I'll make sure I get everybody in because, you know, I'm not a biased guy. I'm not really a fan of no particular boxer personally. I'm really more a fan of the actual sweet science in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I gotta go, fellas. It's time to take the babies out for playtime.
I hear you. I hear you.
Just real quick before you go, you know, Jedi, you know, you from New York, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, where in New York?
Manhattan, Lower East Side.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, man. I grew up in the Bronx. But look,
that's what's up.
And you sound Puerto Rican. You Puerto Rican? No.
Yeah, Puerto Rican, Cherokee Indian. Yes, sir.
Woo. Okay. Okay. Real quick, you know, just between me and you, right? I'm trying to find me a nice thick Puerto Rican lady down there.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy, dog. That's easy.
Troy keep always, he trying to get all the pussy. Excuse me, ladies, if you're in the building, I'm sorry, but Troy be chasing all the pussy.
That's easy, Troy. All you got to do is subscribe to my channel, dog, and we speak on it, bro. I'll teach you how to catch them easy with an empanada, dog.
Yeah, man, do your thug thing, bro, but I got to go, man. Troy,
all right,
you
kid.
fucking me up, bro.
I'll
holler at y'all, bro. We out.
All right, man. No doubt. We out. P3.